At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
People really don't know what their expenses will be because they don't know how long that they're going to live.
Americans are worried they won't have enough saved for retirement now more than ever.
Retirement is going to cost for many folks over $1 million.
Is no sure thing in investing, but a lot of people think that annuities may come close to that.
It's going to more safe things that they know. If they know they're going to need that money to supplement their retirement, well, then you can't play that risk.
This is the Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman Sr., founder and partner of Heischman Financial Services, serving the Columbus and surrounding areas. Jon specializes in educating pre-retirees and retirees about safe money strategies and ideas. Now, it's the Safe Money and Retirement Show. Here's Jon Heischman Sr.
Study after study tells the tale. Americans of all ages are becoming increasingly concerned about their ability to afford retirement. Good morning and welcome to the Safe Money and Retirement Show. I'm your host, Jon Heischman. I want to talk about retirement insecurity during this show this morning because of a recent study done last year from the National Institute on Retirement Security. It was revealed that 79% of respondents agreed that a retirement crisis exists and high retirement anxiety results. I personally think this is unfortunate because most of the time I can help prevent this crisis and anxiety, but the problem is the majority of pre-retirees and retirees aren't aware of the planning techniques to eliminate this worry going into retirement. The thing is, of those surveyed, 55% are concerned they won't be able to achieve financial security in retirement. Another survey conducted by Nationwide of consumers ages 60 to 65 found that their biggest threats to retirement security include inflation, cuts to Social Security benefits, and the rising cost of long-term care. And those that haven't addressed these issues or worked with a planner on ways to solve these issues, yes, they're going to have concerns. The other thing is periods of stagnant wage growth has hindered some individuals' ability to save sufficiently for retirement because income has failed to keep pace with the cost of living. Rising healthcare costs, housing costs, and everyday outlays, they're placing additional strain on household budgets, which obviously take away from that discretionary money that we need to use for retirement savings. And I think economic uncertainty, market volatility, and geopolitical tensions further unsettles Americans' confidence in their retirement concerns. Unpredictability of financial markets will leave many individuals feeling vulnerable and uncertain about the viability of their retirement savings strategies. These concerns need to be addressed, and I encourage all of my listeners who don't have a secure retirement and have worries about these things, to call me. We don't have to meet. We can schedule a phone conversation and you can give me your concerns. I can give you some ideas based on your own personal situation. And the great thing is there is no obligation and no cost. There's 2 numbers that you can reach me. My answering service, 888-426-0177. I'll give that number to you again, 888-426-0177, and I'll get the message. Or if you want to call me direct at our office in Reynoldsburg, 614-861-7055. 614-861-7055. Or you might be thinking, I'm not quite ready to call Jon, and that's fine. You may want to visit our website, HeischmanFS.com, where you can tune in to past radio shows, replays, and a lot of other information. That's HeischmanFS.com, HeischmanFS.com. As I mentioned early, the majority of pre-retirees and retirees are uncertain, and that is understandable because of economic uncertainty coupled by market volatility and geopolitical tensions. The unpredictability of financial markets. It's left many individuals feeling vulnerable and uncertain about the strength and lifetime of their retirement savings. That's why it's no surprise that individuals value their employment-related pensions and future Social Security retirement benefits. The stability and predictability of these sources of post-career cash flow are often what retirees enjoy most about these monthly income streams. They're going to be there, just like your paycheck was when you were working. When you have these guaranteed sources of income coming in, pensions, Social Security, it's easier to prepare a budget, plan for expenses, and knowing you're going to receive regular payments regardless of market fluctuations or economic conditions. Retirees appreciate guaranteed income for life. It provides financial security throughout their retirement. They cannot outlive guaranteed income. This can alleviate concerns about outliving your savings and struggling to maintain a familiar standard of living. What about inflation protection? Some pensions and Social Security benefits are indexed to inflation. That's going to keep pace with rising cost. Plus, it's going to help retirees preserve their purchasing power over time, also ensuring that their income remains sufficient to cover essential expenses, because we're going to have inflation, prices are going to go up. What about reducing exposure to market risk? Unlike other income sources such as income from your 401k or IRA, pensions and Social Security do not expose retirees to investment risk. Retirees don't need to worry about market volatility or managing investment portfolios to ensure that steady income stream, which can be particularly appealing for those that have a low risk tolerance, non-capacity for risk, and limited investment knowledge. Lifelong benefits. That's what pensions and Social Security are typically going to pay out for the duration of retirees' lives, and may even continue to a spouse if they're set up properly. I think this is particularly crucial as life expectancies continue to increase. Studies such as the ones that I mentioned previously have shown the stability, predictability, and guaranteed income that employment-related pensions and Social Security provide. They're all going to lead to higher confidence and retirement readiness levels. They also mitigate many common risks associated with retirement, including market volatility, inflation, and longevity risk. But the challenge is that defined benefit pension plans have been replaced in the private sector by defined contribution plans, which are 401ks. The burden has now been shifted to the employee. Pensions are disappearing daily and, as mentioned, replaced by 401k plans. So it's up to you to replace that guaranteed pension income by establishing guaranteed income with your pension money. There were some stats that came out by the Department of Labor. 15% of private industry workers had access to a traditional pension plan, and this was in 2023. 67% had access to a defined contribution plan, a 401k. Once again, that means you have to establish your guaranteed lifetime income sources from the 401k because the pension's gone. If you have a pension today and you're retiring, many still do, but it's decreasing rapidly, you're very lucky because there's a good chance you also have a 401k. And we need to talk about establishing guaranteed income from that 401k. I'd love to talk to you about that. Here's the number, 888-426-0177, or you can call me direct at 614-861-7055. I'm going to talk about ways to take that 401k and or IRAs and establish an additional source of income that's going to be guaranteed for the rest of your life. I'm glad you were able to join me today. I'll continue my discussion by explaining what we call the three-legged stool of pensions, Social Security, and savings. This is a situation that's been teetering on two legs for decades for many private sector workers. Now, even Social Security leg is potentially on somewhat shaky ground. It is imperative for those approaching retirement to prepare for alternative scenarios to augment Social Security should a benefit cut occur. Even if Congress takes action to avoid a cutback, as has happened in the past, near retirees definitely need to explore options to create their own personal pension plan. The best example on how to do this is a fixed indexed annuity known as an FIA. This is a potential option that mitigates critical retirement risk while providing.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Same stability and predictability that may give many retirees peace of mind that they're looking for to solve that puzzle of additional guaranteed income coming in each month. We have the guarantees plus the upside. Let me explain that. A fixed index annuity is an annuity contract that insurance companies offer. Here, it provides a guaranteed minimum rate of return combined with the opportunity to earn additional returns based on the performance of a specific market index. One would be the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, the Dow Jones, and many others. Your principal is protected. Once you receive the gain for the previous year, it's added to the principal, locked in. It'll never go below that amount. From there, it operates on compound interest. When your growth is based on an index, not a stock, risk is eliminated. So the only way your account value is going to reduce is if you withdraw money from that account, either in a lump sum or monthly income. So there's above average rate of return with a lot of indexes and options off of these indexes for potential growth. To help solve the problem of that three-legged stool I mentioned, so we can have three different sources of guaranteed income for your retirement, FIAs provide various payout options, including guaranteed lifetime income streams. This can help retirees secure a reliable source of income throughout their retirement years. Additional features such as inflation protection on monthly income or long-term care benefits can be available depending on the contract. The income payout benefits serve as your own private pension plan. You cannot outlive the income that it provides. It's guaranteed. And many of you already have this type of investment with the guaranteed income option. You've either started the option immediately or you're going to delay that at some point in your retirement. Now, if you delay taking income, it will roll up, providing a larger income the longer you wait. So starting an FIA, let's say 5 years prior to retirement, your income benefit will increase compared to starting the income immediately. But you still have that option. It depends. Everyone is different, and many want the income right away. Others are going to delay it for various reasons to secure that third leg of the stool. Those of you that do not have the FIA plan, you owe it to yourself to at least obtain information, become educated about the benefits it offers, the guarantees that it offers. At least just take a look at it, and I can help you with that. We can have a phone discussion. If you want to meet in person, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. But let's get you educated with a little bit more details, and it may or may not fit into your planning. But again, I really feel you owe it to yourself to find out more about the FIA. 888-426-0177. 888-426-0177. You know, a lot of income plans are going to have a fixed indexed annuity bridge to enable them to receive more from Social Security, because deciding when to claim Social Security benefits is a crucial decision in retirement planning, and it should be made with the assistance of an experienced professional, somebody that knows Social Security and all the benefits that are involved. And I think most of you know that it can start at age 62, and in a lot of cases, delaying it to your full retirement age, such as, let's say you're at 67 or as late as 70, because when you delay it, the more payout you're going to receive. Delaying the claim to take Social Security is going to boost monthly cash flow from Social Security and provides higher income for the surviving spouse. When we use the FIA in income planning during the early years of retirement, allows the eventual Social Security benefit to grow by as much as 8% a year, and also provides a larger annual cost of living adjustment if they're to be announced. And we had a pretty good one a couple of years ago, which was a great thing, but we also had a higher cost of living rate. So they kind of go together, and the increased cost of living benefit that one could receive from Social Security helps to offset higher inflation. One thing I do want to mention when we talk about Social Security, I personally don't think benefits will be cut for those receiving Social Security at the time that there would be a change. I have studied Social Security and received a couple of designations in that field, and I see so much waste, benefits paid out that are unnecessary. Adjustments could be made to save the Social Security Trust Fund, delaying the projected depletion of the fund in 2033. And I've got some other ideas that would help, but they're not going to listen to me as far as what I think can save Social Security. The main point is I can help you with your Social Security planning as far as when to take the income. There's a lot of variables, other income options, if you got a pension or if you put money in your FIA private pension plan, then we work around those two benefits to establish when is the best time to take Social Security for you. And everybody's different because everybody has different assets that can be used for income. So it is flexible from the standpoint that you can take it as early as 62 and take it as late as age 70, depending on what is in your best interest. It's one more thing to talk about in retirement planning in order to make sure you have the proper plan. I'd like to hear from you as far as what's your concerns, what are your worries, and maybe I can give you one idea that will make all the difference in your planning. Give me a call, 888-426-0177. That number again is 888-426-0177. I hope you've enjoyed the show this morning. Be sure to tune in next week at the same time, where I will bring you more ideas that will help in your retirement planning. Have a safe week, and I'll talk to you next week on the Safe Money and Retirement Show.
The Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman Sr. To get in touch with Jon, call 1-888-426-0177. That's 1-888-426-0177. For more information about Heischman Financial Services, visit their website, HeischmanFS.com. That's HeischmanFS.com. Join us again next time for the Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman Sr.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.